Hello and good morning everyone. Last time we had some inconvenience about breaking the video in two parts. Hopefully today we won't have that inconvenience, and if I could make a continuous video of the second hymn of Veda. Okay. So as always, I will just read the English transliteration first, and after the English transliteration we will start with the explanation. Okay. So the second hymn is devoted to Vayu. In the first hymn Agni, we understood how to cross the 6 lokas. First 3 loks and the next 3 lok. Okay. Over here we are exclusively studying about the 7th loka. Because see, Agni is showing the way to reach to the 7th loka. So the first hymn showed you the way of first 3 loka, second 3 loka. So cross the 6th loka. Now the 7th loka is explained through Vayu. Because Vayu is wandering there. Okay. So I will read the hymn first and then we will continue. Beautiful Vayu, come, for these Soma drops have been prepared. Drink of them, hearken to a call. Knowing the days with Soma dews poured forth, the singers glorified thee, Vayu, with their hymns of praise. Vayu, thy penetrating streams goes forth unto the worshipper, fast spreading for Soma drought. These Indra Vayu have been shed, come for our offered dainties' sake. The drops are yearning for you both. Well do ye mark libations, yea, Vayu and Indra, rich in spoil. So come ye swiftly hitherward. Vayu and Indra, come to what the Soma presser hath prepared. Soon he rose. Thus I make my prayer. Mitra of holy strength I call, and four destroying Varuna, who make the oil fit right complete. Mitra and Varuna, through law, lovers and cherishers of law, have we obtained your might power. Our sages Mitra Varuna, wide dominion, strong by birth, vouchsafe us strength that worketh well. Okay. Now I am going to start on with the explanation based on the Sanskrit Sanskrit transliteration. Okay, let me just adjust the camera first. In the last video I noticed that the angle was a bit low. Okay, I hope everyone can get this angle right. Done. So I am going to start by explaining a few things. Okay, just like Agni had 2 characteristics, Vayu is also having 2 characteristics. Okay. So I will just write a summary of the first, not the summary, but I will just write what we understood from the first hymn. The first hymn was about crossing 6 lokas by Agni. Sorry. Now we have reached to the second hymn, which is sustaining at 7th loka. See the difference? Over here we are understanding how to sustain on the 7th loka. Okay. just as Agni had two characteristics. Okay, Vayu is also having two characteristics. So there are two characteristics of Vayu. I will change the pen. The first characteristic is harsh and the second characteristic is soft. Okay. Vayu, which is also air. Now this air can be basically of two types. Either it can be a breeze or it can be storm. Now this is soft, this is harsh. So just like Agni, Vayu also has the two types of nature, being harsh and being soft. Okay, and both of these are equally important. See, we are coming to it how it is important, because if I will start explaining from in between, we'll have some problems. Okay, so first understand this and then we can go into a deeper aspect. Okay, so what we have to do of this harsh and soft nature? Okay, what do we have to do? We have to control or maintain. Okay, we have to control and maintain. What is it called? In Sanskrit, we call it samyak. Okay, samyak, to control and maintain. Samyaka. Getting my point? This word samyak is obtained from sama. This word is obtained from the word saman. Saman is balance, or we can say equilibrium. It is obtained from saman. Okay, so you can say the true translation of samyak is equilibrium. Okay, we can say like that, but it is derived from the word saman, that is balance. Okay, so samyak, we can also write samyak as equilibrium. So for Vayu, what we have to do? We have to keep the Vayu in equilibrium. The amount of air you breathe, you hold and you exhale should be in equilibrium. Okay, so you can also write over here as equilibrium. Okay, I hope everybody knows what is equilibrium. Getting my point? Because see, Vayu has a different aspect than Agni. Agni has two aspects, that is either it will burn, okay, either it will burn or it is going to purify. But this Vayu is having a totally different aspect. The aspect of Vayu is not to burn. Okay, the aspect of Vayu is to move around. Okay, so it is hard to control. Controlling Vayu is a tough job. Agni is not to be controlled. Agni is to be managed. Okay, so there is a huge difference between controlling something, maintaining something, and managing something. Okay, Agni is not to be controlled, because if you cannot control fire. The flickerance of fire is giving its basic nature. The atoms and molecules inside fire are uncontrollable. They are flickering. Just because of that flickering, it is giving the basic nature of fire. So what happens when you control the atoms and molecules in fire? It will stop radiating heat. It is minute vibrations that are radiating heat. What is flame? Okay, go into minute physics. What is flame? You go into smaller molecules, and from what is combustion, then you understand combustion. Inside combustion, what is there? Inside atoms, what is happening? Inside molecules, what is happening? So Agni is something in which the molecules are vibrating at a huge amplified frequency. Okay, so this molecule is vibrating like this at this frequency. Okay, very huge, like this. Now, when one molecule is vibrating and another molecule is vibrating, they are haphazardly in random motion. They are creating vibrance. This vibrance is giving out thermal energy and heat with explosion. બે વસ્તુ હલે છે. In magnification it is easier to watch, but you have to personify, or let's not say personify, you have to perceive it as if you are magnifying small minute creatures. Atoms, quarks. What is happening inside the tiny quarks when fire is there? They are vibrating in so heavy speed, okay, and crashing with each other in random motion. It is giving a high amount of heat, light, thermal energy, and that in magnified form is flame, Agni. So if you try to control Agni would lose the basic nature. Just because atoms are uncontrollable and blasting with each other and giving out combustion, there is the existence of Agni. So when you try to control the Agni, the existence of Agni itself will go away. Getting my point? That is why the Agni is not to be controlled or maintained. Agni is to be managed. Because if you control or maintain the Agni, it is going to lose its effect. Okay, which is a very wrong thing. We have to keep the basic nature, the basic essence strong. We can't lose Agni in trying to control and maintain Agni. Okay, so we are just managing Agni. How to manage Agni? We understood in the first time. Okay, but relative to Agni, Vayu is not vibrating particles. Okay, and maintaining Vayu is, I don't know, we can't maintain Vayu, come on. Vayu is to be controlled and maintained. We cannot manage Vayu. Vayu ne manage kya karvi? How to manage air? And what good it will bring when you manage air? What good it will bring? Nothing. So what do you have to do is, you have to control and maintain air. Controlling air. We'll come to it. We'll come to pranayama. We'll come to Kapalbhati. Everything we are going to talk over here. But everything is about controlling air. You control the Vayu Tattva. You maintain the Vayu Tattva. You control your breathing. About fire, you manage the fire. You manage your Agni. But when you are talking about control and maintain, it is the aspect of Vayu. You have to control and maintain air element. And a fire element, you don't have to control and maintain the fire element. You have to manage the fire element. Huge difference. Okay. See, very minute things are there in our Shastras. Nobody is exploring it out. So we came to the word equilibrium. So what happens when you control and maintain air? You have to control and maintain air. That is how you breathe in, breathe out. Now many people say, okay, the basic way to do breathing is to breathe in, hold, breathe out. Now again, breathe in, hold, breathe out. But that is wrong. I am challenging, this is wrong. This is completely wrong. Because what did you maintain? Okay, let me show you. What did you maintain? You took the air in, okay. Then you did some holding, okay, and then you are giving it out. So you balanced, you did saman, you did samyak. You did samyak of what? You did samyak of in and you did samyak of out. Okay, you manage this A function and B function. Okay, so finally what you did is A is equals to minus B and B is equals to minus A. This is what you did when you did this thing. Okay, but do we have two functions over here? No, we have three functions over here. The function of hold is C. So where did we manage this hold? Okay, this hold function is called C. This is a third variable over here. The first variable is inhale, the second is exhale, and the third variable is holding. Where is this holding over here? Is this equilibrium? No, this is not equilibrium. This is the saman aroha avroha. Okay, breathing aroha avroha. You did samyak of what? You did samyak of aroha avroha. What about the middle thing? What about the holding? Did you do samyak over here? No. Okay. So what is the right thing? So the right thing is you take the breath in. Okay, you are taking it in. Then you are holding. Then you are giving it out. Then you are holding. Okay, and then you are taking it in. Now you see. Watch this. This is the function A. This is the function B. Okay, this is the function B. And this is plus C, this is minus C. Thank you, samyak happening? This is samyak, okay. Now you have reached samyak, that is equilibrium. Okay. This is why no matter you learn pranayam, you never reach to the third eye. Because you are balancing in the throat chakra. તમે શ્વાસ લીધો, રોક્યો, કાઢ્યો. So you are naturally balancing the 5 chakras. A good yogi would hold the breath and then give out and make it a subconscious habit. Okay, so a good yogi is going to breathe in, hold and exhale. And he sits in meditation for around every day for a complete moon cycle for 4 hours, and he fits this into the subconscious mind. So subconsciously throughout the life he is going to breathe in, hold and then breathe out. So he literally changed the style of his breathing. That is the Mahatta of a yogi. When do you call a person a yogi? You can only call a person a yogi when he is able to change the subconscious pattern of breathing. Okay, otherwise you will see open Sanskar TV, open Astha, you will see hundreds of yogi. You ask them what is subconscious breathing, or what you call them, what is what we say, diaphragmatic breathing. What is diaphragm? How to breathe from the diaphragm? Okay, and you will pity that why we are calling them yogi. This is called you. Everybody gets called of any name. Okay, so but the basic nature of a yogi is the yogi is capable to change the subconscious pattern of breathing. No, breathing a change થઈ જવું જોઈએ ત્યારે તમે એક યોગી કહેવાઓ. વાયુ તત્વ કંટ્રોલ કરો. Okay, so the basic breathing should change. This should be the basic essence of breathing. You breathe in air, you hold, you breathe out, you hold, then you breathe in. You do this 5 times, you will literally see the difference. You will start yawning. Why do you yawn? You start yawning because new nerves are getting opened. You do this 5 times, I am guaranteeing you, you will start yawning. It is not because there is a lack of oxygen in your brain. No. That might be one of the reasons. There is a lack of oxygen because new nerves are opening. Now new nerves will require more oxygen. So what is happening? Whenever you breathe like this, you are opening new nerves in your brain. Okay, and as soon as new nerves are opening, the brain is requiring more oxygen. That is why you are yawning, because new nerves are opening. Okay, that is why we say when a child is born, it is just having 3 senses. It can see, hear. Okay, 3 senses. Then he accumulates 5 senses. His nerves are open. Now after that, you need to be a yogi to open more nerves. Okay, that it is called neuroplasticity. You open more nerve cells. You open more nervous connections in your brain. After that, you reach to your 6th and the 7th sense. Now, how to reach to the 6th and 7th sense is the simple way of breathing. You have to control and maintain Vayu, Samyak, equilibrium. So when you practice this, you are opening new nervous connections, new nerve cell tissues. Neuroplasticity is happening inside your brain, which is requiring more oxygen. Then the brain is going to require more oxygen to open new nerves. That is why you will start yawning for the first 2 sessions. Like for a week, if you practice this meditation, for a week you will yawn while you are meditating. But don't stop. Yawn as much as you can yawn. Take long yawnings, okay? Because you are opening. After a week or so, if you do it regularly, the yawning will stop because the nervous connections have opened. You will see more sensitivity, more senses in your skin, pores, squamous glands, okay, your skin. Getting my point? So this breathing is necessary. This is how to control and maintain the Vayu, Samyak. So the correct way of breathing is inhale, hold, exhale, hold, and then inhale. 2 times hold and inhale and exhale. Ek time hold કરવાથી કાઈ ન થાય. ઈ hold તો પાછું equilibrium no થયું ને. આને equilibrium, this is the third variable. You have to do equilibrium to holding also. Getting my point? So Vayu, you have to control and maintain Vayu. You have to do saman. You have to bring Vayu to saman, that is balance. The correct word is samyak, equilibrium. The word samyak is obtained from saman. Okay. Now moving forward, this was some extra knowledge. Okay. Well, people who want to learn meditation, I will be teaching meditation in different seminars. Okay. For meditation, there is 1 year and 2 year courses in Vedic Vedanta. You can contact www.vedicvedanta.com. Okay. So, samyak is equilibrium. The word samyak is derived from saman, that is balance. Okay. Similarly, the word saman is obtained from sama. It is obtained from the word sama. Sama. You might have, everyone knows Veda. What is Veda? Veda is maintaining balance. Okay. So you can write over here, maintaining balance. Getting the point? Now, what is something you need to maintain balance into in life? That is your prana and soma. 2 things. One is prana, another is soma. Soma, somatva. I will say somatva. Somatva and prana. This is called Samyak Pranita. Okay, Samyak Pranita, that is Sama in prana. When you learn to maintain balance in prana, it is called Samyak Pranita. Keeping balance in prana, which means intake and exhale of prana both. કેટલું પ્રાણ લ્યો છો, કેટલું પ્રાણ લ્યો છો. Okay, keeping the prana and removing the prana are also equally important. And you don't have to be swarthy. Okay, swarthy થશો તો તમારું નુકસાન થશે. Keeping the prana and giving out the prana is both equally necessary. See, whatever you intake, it is good. You are filling up the container. Filling up a container is always good, and everybody enjoys how to fill up the container. But then maja aave bharao. But what happens when you don't release? What happens when you don't release? Take for example nothing. Consider nothing, but just consider water. Khali pani, બીજી એકે substance nahi, no other substance, just consider water. It is just water, basic water. You are putting in a container, okay, and keeping that, and you are not releasing it. What will happen after 2-3 days, 4 days, 5 days, 6 days, 7 days? Okay, you will start either tadpoles and mosquitoes will happen, or algae is starting to form, or if it is closed, the water is still going to get foul. Okay, there is always an expiry. Consider foul smelling. See, we are talking about Vayu. Let's take an example of air. Let's say a sewage system. Sewage system, there is a sewage system in the city. On the roads you will see the gutters. Okay, what happens when a lot of air is trapped inside the gutter and nobody is opening it? Do you think the air is going to clean itself? No, the air is going to be more and more foul, more stinky. So what is the easiest way? The easiest way is to open the door and let the bad air go out. That is why releasing the prana is equally important as keeping the prana. Releasing is equally important. If you keep on pulling the prana is going to go inside. What is the basic action of prana? What does a prana do? Nobody would teach you. I didn't hear anywhere this. What is prana doing? Okay, let's talk about the function of prana. It is very important. I don't know why nobody is focusing. Okay, see, this is the body. For example, let's draw a body over here. This is the body. Okay, this is the body. Now, prana is coming in. Prana comes with air. Okay, so prana comes inside. It is moving in the body. Okay. Now, when it moves inside the body, it is circulating. What is it is circulating. The prana will circulate inside the body. That is prana. That is why prana is related to the circulatory system. Prana is going to circulate. Prana hase to potential difference create hase. Prana is creating the potential difference. Where there is potential difference, prana will flow. Okay, it's like a tube light. When the potential difference is not there, Rahu and Ketu is not there, prana is not flowing. Okay, that's why in astrology we say Rahu is death or Ketu is death, because you are losing the potential difference of the body. Okay, but But let's talk about focus about the prana. Okay, so prana is coming inside the body and it is circulating inside the body. Now what is it doing? While it is circulating, it is helping the entire organ system to function, and it is providing nutrition to the each and every cell. Okay, but the second thing it is going to do is it is also going to start. It is going to move up there, and now it is going to start a reverse direction, and it is going to go out. Okay, so now what is it doing? It is also collecting the waste from entire body. Okay, now the entire body waste is being collected and then it is circulated outside the body. Okay, so what is the prana doing? Prana is coming inside the body through air. It is circulating inside the body, giving nutrition and light to each and every cell and the mitochondria of the cells. Okay. Now, as soon as it is giving light to every cell, it is also collecting all the bad things. It is filled with all the foul things from the cells, all the darkness. Okay. And that darkness is again going to circulate and go outside. Okay. So, if you don't radiate your pranas, if you just keep on collecting the pranas, you will become a person who is having abundance of good and bad prana. And slowly and steadily, the good prana is going to go kshin. Why? Good prana is decreasing because bad prana is forming inside the body. It is not radiating outside the body, and the good prana which is inside the body is accumulated with the bad prana. So the good is also becoming the bad. Getting my point? So it is equally necessary to radiate the prana outside. Just like it is necessary to pull the prana, it is equally necessary to radiate the prana. If you will not radiate the prana, you will become the foul energy itself. You will become the bad vibe. You are pulling energies, you are pulling prana, okay, good. Also release the prana. If you can't release the prana, everything is stuck inside you. Getting my point? So the equalness, that is why Samaveda is important. Rig Veda is important, Yajur Veda is important. Okay, Samaveda is also important because Samaveda is teaching when and where to pull and when and where to give, when and where to take, when and where to give. Which mantras are necessary in Rig, which mantras are necessary in Yajur. When to take, when to give. How to take, how to give. The balancing, the art of balancing is the Samaveda, third Veda. But over here, we are talking about the Samyak, that is maintaining equilibrium. Samyak Pranita. Samyak is equilibrium. Pranita, Pran. The equilibrium of Pran and Hita. Exchange. Maintaining equilibrium in the exchange of prana is called Samyak Pranita. So the first function of Vayu is Samyak Pranita. Maintaining equilibrium in the exchange of prana. That is why the air sign who is the first ruler of Venus is Libra, and Libra is having the symbol of balance. Vayu needs to be balanced. What happens when Vayu is imbalanced in your body? Okay. Search in Google, I won't say right over here, okay? Otherwise, we will again go into 15 minutes other talk, okay? So, this was Samyak Pranita about the essence of prana, balancing the prana, okay? Now, the another essence was, sorry, Somatva, okay? What is Somatva? There are so many things. In internet you will find different definitions of soma and everything else. I will teach you a different definition. And what is somatva? Somatva is your hormones. Somatva are your hormones. The tattva of soma. Okay, we will break the word. The tattva of soma. Soma and its tattva. The tattvas of soma are your hormones. Okay, so now you will ask me, what is soma? What is the reality of soma? What is soma? It is the most controversial topic in Hinduism, Hindu literature, Vedas. Everywhere there is talking of Soma, the immortality fluid, and what not, and what is Soma. I will give a very easy definition of Soma. Amniotic fluid. Soma is amniotic fluid. Okay, simple as that. Everybody knows what is Soma in English language. People are confused in knowing what is Soma in Sanskrit knowledge. They are like, okay, where is this immortality coming from? What is the elixir of immortality? I want to find immortality. What is the essence of immortality? What is Sanjeevani? How it is formed? How Soma is giving life again? What is Soma? Okay. I am saying Soma is nothing else but the amniotic fluid. What is amniotic fluid? People who don't know what is amniotic fluid is the fluid in which the baby is floating inside the mother's womb. There is a fluid inside which the baby is floating inside the mother's womb. Now think, a baby is drowned. A baby is actually drowned inside the womb of mother. Is actually drowned in that fluid, but still it is alive. The baby is alive, although it is drowned in fluid. So what is that fluid? That fluid actually is the Soma. That fluid, the amniotic fluid, is Soma. But what happens is, when the baby is trying to come out, okay, so all the excreta of the baby, all the excreta and the bad things which the baby is producing while it is growing, it is released inside that liquid. Okay, so when it is being born, when it is coming out and the bag is broken, okay, the fluid is mixed with many impurities. If you want to catch the perfect amniotic fluid, perfect Soma, it is in the third week of conceiving. After third week or the fourth week, I don't know the perfect number. We are not talking about Soma. I think I have to make another video of Soma whenever the topic comes. Okay. So at that time we will discuss more deeply that at few instants after conceiving a child, inside the mother's womb, there is a pure amniotic fluid. Okay. After that pure amniotic fluid, the baby starts to give out all the excreta inside that fluid also. So the fluid becomes impure. So when actually the baby comes out and the bag is broken, the fluid which comes is having the amniotic fluid, but it is also having all the impurities of the baby. Okay. But if you want to catch the exact Soma, pure Soma, it is either in third week or fourth week. I would say it in the next videos. Okay, but that is what Soma is actually. Okay, and in essence, that fluid is containing each and every essential mineral elements necessary for a human being. Every. Okay, say for example calcium, copper, nickel, selenium, chromium, iron, lead, potassium, rubidium, zinc. Everything is there in the Soma. And why do we say Soma is Sama, balance? Why do we say balance? What is so balanced about it? Everything needs to be balanced, right? It is Sanskrit. Sanskrit always has some meaning. So why do we connect this Soma, Sama with Soma? It is something, it might be having some balance, okay? So the pH of amniotic fluid is always between 7.0 to 7.3. Maximum 7.3. So this is the balance, the ultimate balance. 7, pH 7 to 7.3, the ultimate balance. Usually the balance is around 7.15 or 7.2, okay, which is actual balance, because everything is tilted on the Earth's axis and everything is balanced in few decimal points. Just like we say pi is 3.14, okay, so the balance is having 1 for error, but with the error it is balanced. Similarly, tau is 6.28, so with the error it is balanced, okay. So everything is getting balanced and equilibrium with some error, okay. So our equilibrium over here is 7.2 or 7.15, something around that, okay. So that is the actual balance of pH between acid and between basic. The essence of immortality is always balance. It should be balanced. If something is giving you immortality, something is being a reason of sanjeevani, something is being reason of ultimate nutrition, that is soma, then it might also be balanced. Okay, so this is balanced. You check the pH. The pH of pure amniotic fluid is around 7.1 to 7.2. Okay, at perfect sync and balance of nature. So what is soma? Soma is the amniotic fluid. Okay, not everybody is going to tell you this thing, and there is going to be many people who are going to revolt against me. I am not here to give people explanation. Those who are willing to learn, they can learn from me. Those who are willing to argue can argue inside their head, because I am not giving any answers to argumentations. Okay, if you want some basic explanations, you can get into the comment zones and I will answer your questions. But if you argue in your questions, I will not answer, I will not argue with you. Yes, but if you are questioning, reasoning, purely logical reasoning, I am going to solve all your reasonings. Okay, guaranteed. Okay, so basically this somatva are your hormones, because so from soma we went so long in soma. Okay, so what is this soma? I told you soma is the amniotic fluid. What is the tattva of the soma? Okay, now what is formed from this? What is formed from this fluid? It is formed your hormonal system, because your hormonal system is something which is governing your elemental pH. From the elemental pH of your body, everything is being controlled. Your mood, your desires, your need, each and everything is controlled because of the elemental pH of the body, which is your hormonal system. And this hormonal system is controlled and is formed when the baby is there. It is formed from the ratio of elements inside the amniotic fluid. Now this amniotic fluid is having different ratios of elements, okay, in different people. Like say one mother is having more iron inside the body, so the ratio of iron and copper is going to be different in the amniotic fluid. Okay. Also see, I am emphasizing also, because a major part of this amniotic fluid is also formed from chromosomes inside male sperm. The male sperm is having around 1 to 10 trillion terabytes of information inside it. Now that information is going to tell how the baby is going to born. Everything, just like a seed. See, there is a seed. A seed is having so much information, it is going to know how exactly it is going to sprout, how exactly it is going to make leaves, how exactly it is going to bring cotyledons, branches, trunk, fruits, and what is the shape of the tree, shape of the leaf. Everything is stored inside a small seed. Similarly, all the information is stored inside the sperm. Okay, and the sperm is also taking part in giving the ratio of nutrients and elements which are to be emphasized inside the amniotic fluid. The sperm is also having that information. That is why this amniotic fluid is a summation of information of male gene and female gene. If the male gene is having more information saying that okay, I want to make the child black in color. Okay, so the child is going to be black in color. But if the feminine gene is dominating, it is going to be white in color. So this amniotic fluid is highly variant and variable. Soma is highly variable. Soma is also the characteristics of Shiva and Shakti. Shiva, characteristics of Shiva, that is masculine attribute, the sperm, and also Shakti, that is ovaries. From the ovaries, the ovum. The ovum is also having some of the charges. I am not saying charges like plus minus charges, I am saying the authority. So the ovum is having authority over few elements. The sperm is having authority over few elements. When they merge, whatever the answer is, okay, it is going to show the ratio of elements and nutrition inside the amniotic fluid. Now this amniotic fluid is still going to be in the pH around 7. And it is going to give rise to the minute hormones in the gastrula stage when the baby is forming. Okay, so it is giving rise to the first hormones inside the body, hormonal systems, lymphoids, the water balance, electrolytic balance inside the child. Everything is maintained by this amniotic fluid. It is also helping in the baby to move inside the womb. Okay. So from soma, the hormonal system is formed. How fast it is going to work, which system is going to consume more energy, which is more stronger, which is more weak. So basically, when the child is supposed to die, it is written when the child is being formed in the mother's womb. Okay. So somatva is soma plus tattva, that is hormonal system and amniotic fluid. Getting my point? Now, going one more step higher, okay? One more step deeper, I would not use the word higher. Let's go to Samyak Pranita once again, okay? Let's go to Samyak Pranita. Now, in Samyak Pranita, we have to see the two characteristics of Vayu, that is soft and harsh, okay? So, in Samyak Pranita, there is again two characteristics. Soft breathing and harsh breathing. All the Indians, this is not harsh, this is harsh. Indian people are confused between harsh and harsh. This is harsh. Okay. So, soft breathing is done from Anulom Vilom. Everybody should know Anulom Vilom. If you are into my lecture, I would suggest that you should take a little bit of basic knowledge of Hindu science. Otherwise, everything is going to bounce. Okay. So, soft breathing is Anulom Vilom. As I told you, I am going to come to everything. And harsh breathing is Kapalbhati. So how to keep prana in balance, how to do Samyak Pranita is doing both Anulom Vilom and Kapalbhati. Now combine, when you combine both of this in your day-to-day life, Dincharya, okay, you are doing પ્રાણાયામ. પ્રાણાયામ ક્યારે કરો છો? જ્યારે તમે જીવનમાં બે વસ્તુ કરો છો. એક જ વસ્તુ કરો છો એટલે પ્રાણાયામ કર્યું ન કહેવાય, એને અનુલોમ વિલોમ કર્યું કહેવાય. એક જ વસ્તુ કરો છો એને કપાલભાતિ કહેવાય. Either you are doing Kapalbhati, either you are doing Anulom Vilom. Don't call Kapalbhati as pranayam. Don't call Anulom Vilom as pranayam. If you are willing to do pranayama, do both these things. Okay, now when to do both these things? I would basically suggest that you should do Kapalbhati in the morning when you wake up, and before you sleep you should do Anulom Vilom. This is the basic thing. But as an astrologer, okay, I would have to take in consideration that every being is different. Every being has a different system, body tendency, everything. So we must not make any rules which are common. As astrologer, as Vedic astrologer, the basic thing to notice in astrology is that nobody is going to have a common solution, a common medicine, because everybody is different. Every chart, every astrological chart is different. Everyone is born at different planetary aspects. The body tendencies are different. Somebody is going to have somebody is going to have Pitta, somebody is going to have Vat, somebody is going to have Vayu, somebody is going to have Agni, somebody is going to have two tendencies together. Okay, so we have to take in consideration that every being is different. Okay, so let's take, this is the basic thing, that Kapalbhati is to be done in the morning and Anulom Vilom is to be done at night. But in cases when your moon is stronger than your sun, say for example your sun is sitting with Mars, Jupiter and Venus. So these three planets are suppressing the energy of sun. Or say your sun is sitting with Mercury and Venus. Both are feminine planets and they are going to suppress sun. So if your sun is suppressed due to conjunction of different planets and your moon is having more power in your chart, then this Anulom Vilom is to be done in morning. Because your moon is powerful, you are surviving from moon. If your sun is more powerful and moon is sitting with someone else like Jupiter or say Mars, so your sun is more stronger. So then you have to do Kapalbhati at night. This thing changes. Because the body tendency changes. For the person A, the body tendency is cool. So in morning, if the person is doing Kapalbhati, the body is going to have more of Pitta. And the person would have some acid refluxes in the body. Or if it is more warm, he would feel like overwhelming. And he will take fast decisions. Things would rupture. So, and in the second case, the body tendency is hot. And if you say him to do Anulom Vilom at night, they might not get sleep. The mind would come to rest, and with the rest mind, they would feel more awake. So sleep cycle will change, and there will be more errors. Okay, so we have to take all this consideration. But apart from this consideration, if you are normal having sun and moon in empty houses without any conjunction, then Kapalbhati in the morning, Anulom Vilom at night. ઓકે આટલું બધું ડીપ સમજાવું છું કારણ કે કોઈ ભૂલ ન કરે. મને ન કહે કે ભાઈ રજતભાઈ આવું કીધું, રજતભાઈ ચોખવટ કરી છે. ઓકે, so this is Samyak Pranita. From Samyak Pranita you know pranayam. Okay, now let's go to something else in between so that we can again go to pranayam. Okay, now, everybody should know about internal emotions. Now you control your internal emotions from breathing. Okay, so when you are breathing, see sama, you have to maintain sama from, write this over here, keeping balance in prana. Okay, now consider this thing. Etan. What is Etan? When you practice sama in breathing, it is called Etan. It is a Sanskrit word Etan. Okay, in Sanskrit it is A, not A, not E. A. Etan. From Etan we derive Chetan. We'll come to it, but I am just explaining Etan. Okay. So, when there is sama, that is balance in your breathing, you go to a stage which is called Etan. Etan is maintaining your balance in breathing. Okay, maintaining balance in breathing. So when you maintain the balance in breathing, you control your internal emotions. Samavesh. Avesh. What is Avesh? Avesh is getting in control of your emotions. Avesh ma avi gaya. We say Avesh ma avi nahi kam kari. Because your emotions are controlling you. Now what is Samavesha? Controlling your internal emotion. Balancing your internal emotion. Balancing your EQ. Emotional quotient. Samavesha. Samavesh is also taking it together. Begu kar li together. Control keru. Maintain keru. Controlling it. Samavesha. Controlling the avesh, the waves of emotions. So avesh is the waves of emotion. Samavesh is controlling the waves of emotions. So when you do Etan, that is balanced breathing. From Etan comes Samavesha. See the difference. I will not include this in chart because otherwise it is going to be more complex. When the breathing is out of control, out of sync, I will write out of sync, and it is in sync. This is going to give Etan, which is synchronized breathing. Avetan, unsynchronized breathing. Avetan and Etan. Okay. So over this, from Avetan comes Avesh. Avesh is the waves of emotions. Etan gives Samavesh. That is Sama, Sama and Avesh. That is controlling the waves of emotions. Getting this? Some people say, okay, I am so moody, I can't control my moods. When I get moody, I do this, I do that. I need so much of time to conclude things. I need so much of time to be myself. I need so much of time to forgive someone. I need so much of time to be okay in life. I can't control the waves of emotions. I am so moody. I can't control my mood swings. Everything is because you cannot do a simple thing. You cannot control the way you breathe. જે માણસે શ્વાસ ઉપર કાબુ પાડી લીધો ને, વાયુ તત્વો ઉપર કાબુ પાડી લીધો ને, એ માણસને કોક રસ્તા વચ્ચે इन पब्लिक એને કોક રસ્તા વચ્ચે અગર મુક્કો મારી દેશે ને, if somebody hits a person, then also he has that ability to be calm. Because it is an instantaneous response. Okay, I have to control my breathing. How does anger start? Okay, has anybody noticed how does anger start? What is the starting point of anger? You know, the anger starts by this way. If you want to shout on someone, you take extra air. If you want to hit someone, you take extra air. If you want to slap someone, you take extra air. Okay, so whenever you get angry, what are you doing first? You are taking extra air inside your body. The starting of anger is taking extra air. What happens when you take extra air? You destroy the samyak pranita. તૂટી ગયું ને, ઇક્વિલિબ્રિયમ વયું ગયું. શું કામ વધારે લીધું ભાઈ? ઇક્વિલિબ્રિયમ દીધું ને, બધું હરખું રાખવાનું છે. લેવાનું, રોકવાનું, કાઢવાનું, રોકવાનું, લેવાનું, રોકવાનું, કાઢવાનું, રોકવાનું. You have to keep everything in balance. You took extra air, inhale વધાર્યું, you took extra air, you destroyed the samyak pranita. Totally, you destroyed the equilibrium. What happens when you destroy the equilibrium in your breathing? You become avetana. That is, you lost the control over your emotions. You are flowing inside avesh. That is the waves of your emotion. You are in avesh. Why? You took extra air. Bagaidon the breathing. No matter whoever triggers you, whatever the opposite person is doing, your breathing in any circumstances should not be compromised. The person who is allowed to compromise your breathing, that person is your weakness. If someone is telling me something and I am getting into avesh, that is the waves of emotions, I am spoiling my breathing, the state of my equilibrium of breathing, then that person has more control over me than myself over me, then that person becomes my weakness. And there are going to be weakness. The moment you fall down from 6th lok to 4th lok, you will start having weaknesses in your life. People are going to control your emotions because you are at Maharloka. Your heart chakra is very high. You are going to flow in emotions. That is why it is said, we have to sustain at the 7th lok. Pochi jao bahut easy che. Okay, I reached the 7th lok 5 times. I fell down from the 7th lok 6 times. It's very hard to sustain on the 7th lok. Reaching 7th lok is also hard, but the hardest part is sustaining at the top. પહોંચવું તો ઈઝી છે, હાલો ને હું પહોંચી ગયો, પછી 5 વાર પડી ગયો, શું મતલબ એનો? Okay, so I give an example of anger. Similarly, let's give me example of sorrow. Whenever you start crying, whenever you start crying, what is the first prick? How does tear come? How whenever you start crying, what happens? You will not inhale more air. You will exhale more air. તમે પહેલા શ્વાસ છોડશો, આવું મોટું થાય ને, exhale થાય ને. Okay, you are exhaling air more outside. That is why when you cry so much, after a point you need to take more air inside. એવું કરવું પડે ને વચ્ચે, જ્યારે લોકો ધ્રાસકે ધ્રાસકે રોતું હોય, in ગુજરાતી વિશે ધ્રાસકે ધ્રાસકે, because giving out air. At that point, after some time, you need more air because you have exhaled more air, so you take more air inside. So what happens? You increased your exhalation. Once again, what you destroyed? You destroyed your samyak pranita, equilibrium. Equilibrium gyu ka nahi? Vayu gyu na equilibrium. In anger, you lose your equilibrium because you inhale more air than necessary. While you are crying in sorrow, you lose the equilibrium because you are exhaling more air than necessary. In any of the cases, what is lost? Samyak pranita is lost. Breathing is lost. Okay. So what to do in such circumstances? In all such circumstances, you are going to go in avesha, in the situation of avesh. Avesh is the waves of emotions. You will have emotional swings. You will have mood swings. Why? શ્વાસ લેતા શ્વાસ કંટ્રોલ કરતા ભૂલી ગયા, વિચાર એવા આવવા માંડ્યા જેનેથી ફોકસ શ્વાસમાંથી વયું ને વિચારમાં વયું ગયું. ફોકસ શ્વાસમાં રહેવું જોઈએ, વિચારમાં ન રહેવું જોઈએ. જ્યારે ફોકસ શ્વાસમાંથી વિચારમાં વયું છે, when the focus is transferred from breathing to thoughts, you lose સમાવેશન, you become આવેશ. તમે આવેશમાં આવી જાવ છો કારણ કે તમારા વિચારો પર તમારું ફોકસ આવી ગયું છે. બ્રીથિંગ ઉપર હોવું જોઈએ ફોકસ, ત્યાંથી વિચાર ઉપર આવી ગયો. વિચાર ઉપર એટલું ફોકસ છે કે બ્રીથિંગ ઉપર કંટ્રોલ નથી. So in order to take back control over breathing, you need to give up the control over thoughts. જવા દો થોટ્સને પકડી રાખશો તો જીવનમાં કોઈ દી શ્વાસને કંટ્રોલ નહીં કરી શકો. શ્વાસને કંટ્રોલ કરવા માટે વિચારને મૂકી દેવા પડશે. વિચારને કોઈ દી કંટ્રોલ કરવાના ન હોય, વિચારને મૂકી દેવાના હોય. શું ફાયદો વિચાર કંટ્રોલ કરીને? અગ્નિને કંટ્રોલ કરવાની નો કરવાની, અગ્નિને મેન્ટેન કરવાની. કંટ્રોલ કોને કરી છે? વાયુ, એર એલિમેન્ટને બી કંટ્રોલ. So don't try to control your thoughts. Solve your thoughts. If you can't solve your thoughts, control your breathing and automatically your thoughts will subside. Okay, so even though if I am in my worst state of anger or if I am in the worst state of sorrow, you give me 15 minutes. In 15 minutes I can be normal, back as normal. Not even 99%. I'll be back as normal as 100%. All I need is 15 minutes. In 15 minutes, what I will do? I would do samyak pranita. I would balance my prana. Simple process. Inhale, hold, exhale, hold. Inhale, hold, exhale, hold. While doing that, I will inhale the prana, circulate the prana, give out the prana, hold the state of steadiness, again inhale the prana. So from avesh I will again go to samavesh within 15 minutes. So the path from avesh to samavesh takes just 14 minutes, not even 15. Precisely 14 minutes. You give me 14 minutes. From any emotional blunder state, I will again be normal. No matter how much bad I am. Just 14 minutes. 14 minutes you control your breathing. You go into samavesh from avesh. When you get into samavesh, you are controlling the waves of your emotions. Okay? Getting my point? I will erase this thing because we have talked about this. Okay. Now, where were we? Okay. So we were on Ketan. मैं लिखूं छे एना करता 15 मिनिट નું હું એક્સ્ટ્રા બોલી દઉં છું. Okay, so from Ketan, that is breathing of soul. When the breathing of soul is getting managed, it is called pranayam. Okay, breathing of soul. When you add both of these, you get Chetan. Okay, so this is Chetan. What is Chetan? Chetan is Prashasti of soul. We understood Prashasti in the first line. Prashasti. We understood Prashasti in the first hand. Prashasti is to attain light. Okay. You are attaining light because of Prashasti. The light God is happy with you. So the light God is providing you with light. Okay. So that is called Prashasti. When there is Prashasti of soul, okay, the God of soul is happy with you. So the God of soul is giving you the brightness of soul. Okay, it is giving you the soul energy. Okay, so Chetan is nothing else but Prashasti of soul. Okay. Now, in technical language, to control your Chetan, what you need to do is you need to open your dormant nerves, that is neuroplasticity, which I explained you in some short form over here. Okay, that what is the main function of this somatva? The main function of this somatva is neuroplasticity. To open and circulate energy in nervous system. Okay. So now, how do you do Prashasti of soul? To increase the light of the soul, first you need to increase neuro connections inside your brain. Open your neuro connections. Okay, I would not be explaining this in detail right now. Okay, but this is going to give you two things. When you need to open your and circulate energy in your nervous system, it is going to take you into two things. One thing is Indra Vayu. Okay, it is going to take you to Indra Vayu. The combination of Indra and the combination of Vayu. Indra is senses, Vayu is air. So what happens when air and senses merge together? Okay, and if you are talking just for the knowledge, right now I am not going to explain anything right now, but the highest peak of Indra Vayu and neuroplasticity is psychoneuroimmunity. This is something which deals with your lymphatic system plus your hormonal system. Plus your subconscious mind. This is a deep term. I'm still researching on this term, psychoneuroimmunity. How to get immunity from psychology. Immunity of the body, which is generated from neural connections which open and balance the hormones and lymphatic system, drain the lymphatic fluid and maintain the circulation of lymphatic system using the hormonal balance which is treated or maintained from the psychiatric aspect of mind, that is psychoneuroimmunity, that by thinking, producing some thoughts, being in a vibration where automated immune response in the body takes place, and the automated immune response in the body sends basic immunity signals and opens the nerves inside the brain, which is giving more immunity inside the body. But we are not talking this over here because I am still researching on this thing. I will not go deeper into this thing. Okay, so we are just leaving this thing apart. Okay. let's go to the next part, that is Indra Vayu. Okay. Now talking about Indra Vayu is the merger of both senses and Vayu. Okay. You can also say the lymphoids, senses, lymphoids, and air. Okay. So, as a child, see, there are 3 stages of human life. People die in the first stage. Mahapurush die in the second stage. Very few people reach to the third stage. Okay. So, the 3 stages are of 5 senses, 6th sense, and 7th sense. Okay. In the 5 sense stage, there are again 2 senses. One of the 3 senses, another at the 5 senses. Everybody is at 3 senses till the age of 12 years. Other 2 senses are getting, okay, sorry, not 12 years. 6 years. Other 2 senses develop and you reach at 5th sense till your adulthood. Okay, till your adulthood, you know how to think and feel and everything. Okay, so the next 2 senses are developed later on. First, as a child, you are only having 3 senses. You can hear, smell, and taste. Okay, after that, you attain the next 2 senses, to feel and to think. Okay. After that, few people who enter into yoga meditation open their third eye and they go to the 6th sense, that is pineal. Okay, 6th sense. 6th sense is basically spirituality. People who reach at this stage are spiritual people. Okay. Those who are in 3 and 5 are in birth stage and maturity. Okay, so over here there is birth, over here there is maturity. Okay, these 2 stages. Now this is inhale. Okay, this one is inhale. When there is a control to inhale, it is your birth stage. Maturity is when you also have control to exhale. Okay, people who develop a control in holding the breath, as I gave you a previous stage, how to hold the breath. Okay, I gave you the previous cycle. And next one, 8th, is those who study the nature, that is cosmology. Okay, this what is spirituality? What is the basic difference between spirituality and cosmology? Okay, spirituality is the study of self. Okay, over here is cosmology. Cosmology is the study of nature. See, there is a difference. જે માણસ પોતાનું જ વિચારે છે ને આત્માનું જ વિચારે છે ને એ સ્પિરિચ્યુઅલ માણસ છે. He is studying spirituality because he is studying the self study. The person who is studying nature is a cosmologist because he is studying cosmos. Okay. So those people are into cosmos, and they have understood to flow. Okay, they have understood to flow. So these are the four things. So think, when you are born, okay, so what happens with the merger of Indra Vayu, that is senses, lymphoids and air? You gain control in your body. We can say parietal lobe. Parietal lobe works on all the three principles of these things: senses, lymphoids and air. Okay, so it also gives you control. Now see, basically life starts from three senses. Okay, you can taste, you can hear, okay, and you can smell. As a child, when you are an infant, so at that time you have control to inhale, but you don't have control of exhale. That is why you are crying. I told you, no? When you are crying, you don't have control of exhale. The first thing you do is exhale out more. Okay. When you are angry, you inhale out more. Have you seen an angry child? Okay. No. A child is born and the child is angry. Have you seen it? No. The child is always sad. Child is always in sorrow. Now many people think and consider this in a different way. People say life is pain. Taking birth on this life is play, on this earth is pain. That is why when a child is born, child is crying. Okay, you think it likewise. Okay, just because the child is crying, life is pain. Because the moment you are born, you are crying. This is the one perspective of life. Now see my perspective. What else I can offer to this world? A child is crying because the child is basically in three senses. Okay. A child, an infant is basically in three senses. That is why the infant cannot know how to exhale. The infant is only knowing how to inhale. Okay. So when a child is born, it is not mature. The child is not mature enough to see the blissful aspect of life. See, a child is having a mother. A mother is taking care of a child 24/7. Even while he is sleeping, the mother is taking care. The father is always on hand. Everybody is playing with the child. Everybody is making the child laugh. A child is actually living its life like a king. But a child cannot understand. The child is not mature enough. That is why the child is not having the control of exhalation. A child, a brain of a child, the subconscious mind is working more powerful than the conscious mind. That is why it is inhaling, but it has no control over exhalation. Later on, the person develops control over exhalation. So my perspective of life is, just because a child is born, you cannot say life is pain. You are only here to suffer, and you are only over here to do karmic debts, and Saturn is a bad planet. No. I have taken birth in this life to enjoy life. What if I completed all my karmas in past life and I took birth in this life to enjoy life? Saturn is giving me good result. Saturn is very good for me. The planet which is very bad for everyone is very bad for me. Is very good for me. Because I have not taken birth on this life, on this earth, to suffer pain. I have taken birth on this world and this life to access the good things, to feel blissful. So people say, okay, you take birth on this earth to suffer pain. Why? Can you feel happiness when you are not in the human body? Can you feel pleasure when you are not in human body? Of course you can. Yes, it is right to say that there is no pleasure without pain. There is no pain without pleasure. But you can't say life is pain. Life is not pain. It is your perspective that is painful. You have seen pain from life and you are watching the life as pain. Life is not pain. It means you are still not controlling your exhalation if you see that life is pain. And you are still like a child who is crying inside. That is why you feel life is pain, because you are crying inside. See, this is very deep, and even if two people can understand this, it is going to do wonders in their life. People say you are born and you are born crying because life is pain, life is over here to follow your karmic debts and everything. No, life is also to enjoy. Why can't you enjoy your life? Because you have responsibilities, so what? See the life as a blissful thing. Life is the essence of happiness. Life is essence of bliss. Enjoy each and every moment of life. Why do you want to feel pain? So when you can't exhale properly, you don't have control over your exhalation at that moment. You are feeling pain. But when you get control over your exhalation, when you have control over your exhalation, at that time you are mature. At that time you add two senses more, that is the sense of touch and the sense of thoughts. Because now with thoughts you can control your inhalation and exhalation. You can control the sense of feeling. You have to control either you are happy or sad. So just because a child is born crying does not mean life is pain. It means the child does not have control over the exhalation. When you get mature enough, you have control over exhalation, then you can control and understand, okay, life is not pain. I was crying because I couldn't control my exhalation when I was born. As I grown up, I understood, wow, there are so many things to enjoy in this world. Let's talk in the view of plants, okay? There is so much of knowledge I can enjoy in this world. I can learn new things. I am curious to see all these things, plants, animals, colorful fruits, tasteful fruits, okay? So sit down. I can achieve many things. I can do something in my life. I can enjoy my life. I can help people around me. I can gain good vibes from people. I can feel blissful around people. Son, I can gain respect in the society. Everybody would like me. I can do these things when I take birth on this earth. Mercury, I can leave something on this earth. I can be a messenger. I can bring some information from the source. I can generate some new ideas. I can donate some new ideas on this earth. With my presence, I can give some discoveries and inventions. Venus, I can enjoy my spouse. I can enjoy all the lustful feelings. I can also enjoy my emotional voids. I can enjoy feeling emotionally fulfilled. Rahu, I can get all the luxuries in the world. Ketu, I can feel more lively every morning when I see the sun. See? There is so much of joy in life. Why do you see pain? You see pain because you don't have control over exhalation. You are still not mature. Or if you are mature, you are again declining and going into uncontrollable exhalation. Okay. So when you become mature, you go into five senses. Now you have control over five senses. Getting my point? With the control over five senses, you learn to inhale and exhale both. You learn to control inhalation, you learn to control exhalation. Okay. Now, few people go one step higher. They also learn how to control their breathing in between, before and after. Okay. So it is when the person understands how to hold the breath. They teach their body to subconsciously hold the breath, each and every breath they breathe inside and they breathe outside. They teach their body to subconsciously adapt to the rule of inhalation, holding, exhalation, holding. You have to teach this to your body. When you can teach this, you will open a lot of nerves inside your body, inside your mind. Okay, and that is the art of a spiritual person. A spiritual person is the one who studies the self. Spirituality is everything about studying the self. Cosmology is everything about studying the nature, and they are two different things. Okay, cosmology is one step higher, because to see from the perspective of nature, you don't have to see from the perspective of self. તમે તમારી આત્મા થકી દુનિયાને જોવાનું મૂકશો ને ત્યારે તમે દુનિયા થ્રુ તમારી આત્માને જોઈ શકશો. It is very difficult, very damn difficult. Till now I haven't found a single person who is a cosmologist from his own soul and behavior. They might be teaching cosmology. Okay, I have seen many people who are teaching cosmology. Teaching cosmology is okay. Being a cosmologist is totally a different thing. Being a cosmologist is judging myself through the eyes of nature. We like say people cannot even we have a phrase, right, that fit your legs in someone else's shoes. People can't even fit their legs in someone else's shoes. You have to fit your leg into nature's shoes to understand yourself from the eyes of nature. At that time you are a cosmologist. See, the difference is a spiritual person would see that I am soul. I am the soul energy. मैं ही आत्मा हूँ. I am Atma. I am the soul. And everything over here is created from the soul, created by the soul, and created for the soul. That is what spirituality is all about. Cosmology is different. Cosmology is saying that I am a particle of this nature, not even a soul. Soul is also an element. Soul is also an element. So why would I consider that I am that element? I am the part of this cosmos who is playing a role of that element. So now watch from a higher instance. Watch from the eyes of universe. Watch from the eyes of nature. Who you are. You are just a particle which you are naming it as a soul. A type of energy which in the earthly language you call it soul or Atma. The real name you don't know. In earth, just to communicate, you call it soul or Atma. But in reality, what is it called? Do you know that? No. Your brain cannot transcript it. We say everything is soul. You go to Mars and tell people, I am soul. They will like, what is soul? So, soul is a word or a terminology given to your energy of survival on this planet Earth. Which means, if you see yourself from the eyes of universe, you are not even a soul. You are just a type of particle which from your intellect you are calling it soul or energy. Okay, so this is the seventh sense. Watching from the eyes of universe, from the source. Look onto you from the source. Who are you? Okay, so that is the cosmology. Cosmology is understanding it. So when the person is understanding himself from the eyes of nature, he would understand the flow. Over here is just holding sikhi little and spiritual. So, but if you want to go one step ahead, the seventh step, you have to understand the flow, how it is flowing when you are holding. Okay, so whenever you are holding the breath, there is a movement and circulation of prana inside the body, and you have to focus on that flow. When you can focus on that flow, while you are holding the breath, you are into the seventh sense. Inhale. Hold. While holding, I am focusing on the flow, where it is going. Okay, I am also giving out energy from my hands. I am deciding my flow from where the energy is coming out. And then I am exhaling out. Then again I am holding. While I hold, the energy automatically goes from the pathway I selected. Then again I am inhaling. Okay, so that is the seventh sense. Seventh sense is also higher from sixth sense. Sixth sense is about spirituality, talking about the self, the Atma. But you are still talking about yourself. You are still talking about yourself. Yourself is also yourself. It is not nature. So the seventh sense is higher than spirituality. It is cosmology. When you see yourself from nature's eye, nature's viewpoint, you forget that you are a soul, you are a spiritual being, you are the energy. You forget that. From the eyes of nature, who you are just a flickerance. A flickerance who is vibrating in certain amount of frequency. When the frequency increases, your vibration is going higher. When it is lower, your vibration is going lower. When it is in clockwise, it is going upward. When it is anti-clockwise, it is coming downwards. Only these things you are knowing. That is nature, from nature's viewpoint. Getting my point? So this was Indra Vayu. Okay? Now, why did I do all this katha? What is the time? Oh my god, still battery error is persisting. I have to cut the video into 2 parts because still I am at the half of my video. Okay, no worries, I'll finish this first half and then I'll make another video. So where we reach? Symphony of Vayu and richness of Vayu. Okay, I hope everyone got this. Okay, so I will erase all the primary things because everyone should know this and understood this, and I need some space on the board. What I am going to keep is this Indra Vayu table. Okay, rest you can note, or when I am going to make slides and teach people, register to vedicvidata.com. If you want to understand everything in detail, there are yearly courses where people need to enroll themselves. To learn this spiritual and cosmic knowledge. Okay, so coming back to the graph of Indra Vayu. So what are these 4 things? Okay, what are these 4 things? These 4 things are called Symphony of Vayu. What is symphony? Okay, melody. Melody is the symphony. Symphony of Vayu, which is called sur. Symphony in Sanskrit is called sur. Okay, similarly, the richness of Vayu is called tur. Okay. So when this Indra Vayu are together, it is becoming rich. It is giving each other in nutrition. Indra Vayu and nutrition ape, Vayu Indra and nutrition ape. Okay. So the richness of both, the word richness is called tur. Okay. The word richness is called tur. The word symphony is called sur. Okay. Now, the samyak of sur and tur. When we balance this sur and tur, we get taru. Taru is spontaneity. Okay, the meaning of taru is spontaneity. Now, from taru we go to what we get is uru. Uru is opportunity of soul. Now get this point very well. Until and unless you reach the 7th loka, you are having a responsibility of soul and you are having a responsibility from soul. You are not having opportunity by the soul. તમારી પાસે કઈ opportunity હોતી જ નથી જ્યાં સુધી તમે 7મા લોકમાં નથી પહોંચ્યા ત્યાં સુધી. I am going to explain this in the second part. Until and unless you have reached the 7th loka, your soul does not have any opportunity. It is just fulfilling its responsibility. In first 3 lokas, the soul is fulfilling the responsibility of the soul. In the next 3 loka, it is fulfilling the responsibility from the soul. And when it enters the 7th loka, at that time you are having opportunity of soul, because you have finished the responsibility of the soul and responsibility from the soul. After that, in the 7th loka, you would have opportunity of soul. Okay, so when you have all these 4 things in control, okay, inhale, exhale, holding and the flow, circulation, withstanding, exhaling, inhaling. When you have all these 4 things in control and they are working in symphony, you are in sur. Sur is symphony. You are in sur. Similarly, when the Indra Vayu meet, okay, it is going to form richness. You are going to be rich from wealth of mind, health of body, okay, spontaneity, everything you will gain. You will gain extra senses, because when Indra and Vayu are getting merged, okay, the senses are opening from 3, 5, 6, 7, okay, so you are getting richness increased થાય છે ને. Okay, so richness is called tur. Okay, so when sur and tur combines, you are being spontaneous. With spontaneity, you are getting reflexes, strong reflexes. Okay, so this taru is someone who is having strong reflexes. The more the senses you open, the more stronger reflexes will be. Okay, for that you need to study the reflexology of the body and micro expressions and everything, which is again a very deep topic. We are not going into it. Okay, so when sur and tur combine, the person becomes with strong reflexes and spontaneous in nature. Okay, the word is taru. Okay, so when you have strong reflexes from 6th and 7th sense, you have strong reflexes to understand the vibes, understand yourself, understand the self, everything. At that time, you have the opportunity of soul. Because until that time, you are either having the responsibility of the soul or having the responsibility from the soul. In first 3 lokas, bhuvaha, suvaha, lo, whatever you are doing, you are cleaning your agni, okay? So you are releasing and doing the responsibility of the soul. While you do and complete the responsibility of the soul, you are getting cleaned. You are removing your defects. Now, after removing your defects, you are increasing your vigor, vitality and the shine from the 4th, 5th and 6th loka. At that time, you are fulfilling the responsibility from your soul. So from your soul, you are fulfilling the responsibilities. That is why you are attaining more good things. Attaining vigor. Okay. Now, finally, you have finished the responsibility thing in the first 3 lokas of the soul, from the soul. So finally, you reach the 7th loka. Now, after fulfilling the responsibilities, you reach the 7th loka. At the 7th loka, now you can have the opportunity of the soul. Now the soul is having some opportunity to do something. Until now, your soul was doing something it had to do. It was supposed to do. Okay. When the 7th loka you reach, at that time you get an opportunity for the soul to itself be independent in doing something. Otherwise, it was just fulfilling responsibility in the first 6 loka. In the 7th loka, it is doing something. Okay. That is why we say, if your soul is in first 6 lokas, you are not doing anything. You are just fulfilling your responsibilities. You are not doing anything. ભગવાન તમારી પાસે કરાવે છે કારણ કે તમે પેલા 6 લોકમાં છો. જ્યારે તમે 7મા લોકમાં પહોંચી જાઓ ને, that time God gives you an opportunity. Okay, you have fulfilled the 6 loka, you have fulfilled the responsibility of 6 loka. Okay, good. Come to 7 loka, I will give you an opportunity. Do whatever you want to do in this life. Okay, so that is the 7th loka. When you reach to Uru is opportunity. You reach to the Uru. See, Uru is also in further hands. It is there in Mrityunjay. Urva Rukumeva Bandhana. That is, the opportunity of my soul from my heart should not stop. I would forever should be opportunistic. My soul should always have some opportunity to do something on this world so that I can stay alive. Mrityunjay mantra. Urva Rukumeva Bandhana. Mrityur Mokshe Mara Mrutat. Okay. આગળની વાત છે. We will not discuss too much of ahead. Okay. So we are just discussing, keeping this over here because of low battery issues. I am again making a part 2 where I will continue from the opportunity responsibility thing. Okay. So let's just keep it from over here. Part B will be coming tomorrow. Thank you very much.